okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, you've had kind of a complicated couple of years since 2017, 18?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a very unique set of circumstances as to how I got to this point.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like it. So maybe let's start with the diabetes, since that's the most straightforward one, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, you've had diabetes since you were age 18, I saw somewhere.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Mhm.
Okay. And you were on insulin at some point in the past, but not currently.
I was.
How long were you on insulin for?
I was on insulin on and off for years.
Okay.
It started with injections, and then I transitioned over into oral medication.
Uh-huh.
And
And now you're not taking anything. Okay. How often do you check your sugars? Per day or per week?
I check it very very rarely.
Okay.
I mean, but I do check it, but I don't check it very often.
Okay, because it seems to be well controlled.
Yeah.
Do you have any diabetes affecting your eyes?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so never had any injections or laser done or anything like that. Okay. How about any numbness or tingling of your hands or your feet?
No, not due to diabetes, no.
Oh, okay. But due to some of the other medications that you received potentially? Do you have some?
After dialysis, I've noticed that sometimes when I bend my arms, if I keep my arms in a certain position, like my hands will go numb.
Okay, I see. So that sounds like a kind of compression of a nerve.
Mm-hmm.
How about any ulcers of your feet? Any toes removed? Any amputations? No sores or wounds? Okay.
No.
How about gastroparesis, which is where you can't keep food down, so you vomit after you eat? Any nausea, anything like that?
Occasionally,
Oh, okay.
but it's not very often.
So they never said you have gastroparesis.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right, and then the kidney disease. I know you had a biopsy back in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And did you start on dialysis shortly after that, or?
And
2018. Yeah.
No, I didn't.
When did you start dialysis?
I started dialysis a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So July? Was it June?
June.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when you saw them in Sutter, they said it was in May. They said you just started dialysis, no? So it wasn't May? Did you start peritoneal dialysis in May or something like that?
Yes, it was peritoneal dialysis.
Okay. When did that start?
That started, I believe that one started in May.
May
Yeah,
of this year.
yeah.
Okay. And then you were transitioned
To
just earlier
chemo.
this month? Okay.
Yeah, in June.
Oh, okay, last month? Why is that?
The peritoneal wasn't working. Like it just didn't work. 2 surgeries in, and the catheter it refused to work. So
Okay.
from there, I was just okay. I'm done with
Okay.
peritoneal. I can't. I tried it. It didn't work.
Do you still have a catheter in your belly?
No, they
Okay,
removed it,
so-
but I
okay.
do have a hemo catheter.
Chemo catheter. How many? You dialyze what? Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh, okay. But you're here today, and today's Monday.
Yeah, I went earlier.
Oh, okay. Do you live in North Bay, right?
No, I live in Fairfield.
You live Fairfield. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So you dialyze Monday, Wednesday, Friday for how long?
4 hours.
4 hours, and you have a catheter.
I also have a graft.
When was that placed?
That was put in at the same time that they put in this catheter.
Uh-huh.
At the same time they took out the
Last one. Okay.
Yeah, I can't even remember when it was. When they.
It's not a big deal. Yeah, it's okay. But I'm glad you have some option. Do you still make urine?
I do.
Okay, how much per day?
Are you looking for like
A volume.
Volume.
You know, when you have to do your collections for peritoneal dialysis, do you remember how much urine about?
About halfway. But I also
Halfway?
I take diuretics. Like I take
That's
hydralazine, Bumex.
Okay.
So that.
But you're still making
Change it.
half a liter of urine a day. Okay.
Mhm.
Anyone who could donate a kidney to you?
No.
Possibly? No.
I don't have anybody.
Okay. And then now let's talk about this HLH. So, are you seeing anyone for it currently?
Yes, I am. I'm seeing my oncologist, the same oncologist that diagnosed me. That
Uh-huh.
she helped me through the whole process. She was the one that diagnosed me, and she was the one that treated me.
And where is she at?
She's at North. She's
North
at
Bay?
the not the cancer center in Vacaville.
Oh,
The
okay.
North Bay Cancer Center.
What's her name?
Her name is Dr. Jessica Powers.
Okay. And when was your last dose of the etoposide?
I haven't had etoposide in maybe a year and a half.
Okay. And how about the cyclosporin? Are you still taking cyclosporin?
No.
How about when was that stopped?
About the same. About maybe 2 years, because I still had to take a little bit of cyclosporin even afterwards.
So maybe about a year ago now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. So she says you're in remission, you're done with this. What's the
She's saying
prognosis?
that the HLH is controlled. That it's a strange thing, because it's like sometimes I'll have symptoms of it, and then sometimes I won't. But right now, as it currently stands, it's in remission. Like, I haven't had it from the blood test that she looks at. She's not concerned at all about the HLH at the moment.
Okay. So how often are you seeing her?
I just saw her last week, but I think I see her every. I'm going to be seeing her every 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks or some months, maybe months. I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you also have high blood pressure?
I did.
Okay.
I
When
did.
was that told to you? When did you find out about that?
The high blood pressure.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I've had high blood pressure since I was a teenager.
Oh, wow, okay. Have you ever had to go to the hospital because your blood pressures are too high?
No.
Okay, good. And then are your blood pressures low now? You have
They're
problems
about
with it?
they're about average. Diastolic is always a little high, like in the 80s.
Okay.
Diastolic usually never drops below like 80s, but I know.
So you're not too low. You're not ever having to stop dialysis because your blood pressures are too low.
No.
Good. Any other medical problems that we have to talk about?
Just the HLH is like the main one.
Yeah.
Kidney failures.
Do you still have a port in for chemo?
Yeah.
On the other side?
Yeah.
Okay. So the plan is to keep that in?
Actually, I'm not really sure what the plan is. I noticed that there circumstances will come up where I'll still need it. Like, it'll just, something will happen and
Yeah.
I'll go
Okay.
back to the hospital and they can use it.
Right.
So it's easier than just like sticking me over and over.
Understood.
Again.
Do you exercise currently?
I did 2.5 years ago. I was very active.
Okay, but like now, what's your
no,
status now?
I don't have the energy for it. Sometimes my blood pressure will get a little weird when I try to move around.
So you don't do anything? Do you walk at least, or something
Uh,
like that? Not really.
I don't have like a regular walking routine,
Okay.
but I walk just as much as
Are you
anybody else
working?
would. No.
No. Okay. Have you ever had a colonoscopy?
No.
Okay. How about any blood transfusions?
Yes, I've had several.
And then in terms of surgeries, what have you had?
I've had two PD catheter surgeries.
Yes. And then you have
Um,
the graft surgery.
Yeah, I've had a graft surgery.
Anything else?
Catheter here.
Catheter and then port.
The
but
port.
nothing else, right?
Do the biopsies count?
No.
So,
Okay.
yeah, just those.
Just those. Okay. Your mother, is she alive still?
Yeah,
Yeah?
she's out in the lobby.
Okay. Good. Does she have any medical problems?
No. She had cancer, but this was years and years and years ago.
What kind of cancer?
Breast cancer.
How about your father?
With him, I'm not sure.
Okay. Is he alive?
Yes, he is.
Okay. How about any brothers or sisters?
I have one sister.
Does she have any medical problems?
She does, but I don't.
You're not sure. Does she have diabetes, high blood pressure?
No diabetes, no high blood pressure. I'm not really sure what her medical history is.
Okay, that's fine. Have you ever smoked or chewed tobacco?
No.
Okay. How about any alcohol currently?
No alcohol consumption. I've never drank alcohol.
Okay. How about any marijuana, cocaine, heroin, anything like that?
No, I've never done drugs.
Okay. And then, did you used to work?
Yes, I did.
What did you used to do?
I was a supervisor at Big Five.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, Big Five Sporting Goods.
Oh,
Sporting
okay,
Goods store.
good. And when did you stop working?
About 2.5 years ago. So I had to stop. I had to stop working when I got sick with HLH. Like
Okay.
I couldn't do it.
And are you now on disability?
Yes.
Okay. And who do you live with?
It's me and my mother.
Anything else at home? Animals?
No, no animal.
Have
It's
you
just
ever
me.
had any pets?
No.
Including rabbits? Have you ever been exposed to rabbits?
Mm-mm.
Any allergies to rabbit? Anything rabbit meat, rabbit fur, anything like that?
No.
No, okay, good.
No rabbits. Why rabbits?
One of the medications you would get on induction therapy for transplant is made by rabbit. Comes from rabbit. So
Oh,
you just
wow.
want to make sure you don't have any allergies. Okay, do you take acyclovir currently?
No, I haven't taken that.
Okay,
No.
I'm just gonna go over a list of medications I have,
Okay.
and then you tell me what you currently take, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So this might be old. Albuterol inhaler.
No.
Okay. Amlodipine for blood pressure.
Yes.
Okay. Atovaquone.
No.
Okay. Benzonatate, which is a cough suppressant. You probably don't take that
No.
anymore. Bumex, you said you take that one?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Calcitriol.
Yeah.
Vitamin D. Coreg, also known as Carvedilol, which is a blood pressure pill.
Mhm.
Okay. Cyclosporin.
No.
You don't take that anymore.
Mm.
Flonase, which is a nasal spray.
I have it, but I use it
You
from
don't
time
really
to time
use
when
it, okay.
when I'm congested sometimes.
Hydralazine.
Yes, I do.
And then the Basaglar insulin, QuickPen, or
No.
the Lantus.
Yeah, I don't use those.
You don't
anymore.
use those?
No, not currently. No.
Losartan
No.
and metformin.
Metformin, no.
Any other medications that you take that I did not mention?
Just the blood pressure ones, and those are the only ones that I take. I also take Colace, which is stool softener, but I take that from time to time when I need it. I don't take
Okay.
it every day. It's not.
Sure. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Do you have any allergies to medications?
I'm allergic to sulfa-based drugs. Sulfa drugs.
Okay. And what happens? Oh wow, you get a really bad reaction. So that includes diuretics, but you're taking Bumex, and that's okay.
Yeah, Bumex is one.
Okay. How about furosemide or
I haven't taken.
Lasix? No.
I've taken Lasix.
Okay. Did that cause a reaction for you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I've taken the Lasix. I haven't taken the first one that you said. That I know of. I can't. They might have given me when I was in the hospital. They might have
Okay.
given it to me.
So Bumex is okay. All right, that's good to know. Any weight changes recently? Weight gain, weight loss?
In 2.5 years, I lost a lot of weight. The weight that I'm usually used to walking around at is like 240, 245.
Okay.
So from
What
what they
are
were
you
telling me
today?
out there,
Today you are 228.
Yeah, 228. That's
So you about
the
20
smallest.
pounds, or that's all 12 pounds?
That's the smallest I've ever
Okay.
been. I've never been smaller than that. Or should I say it's the lightest I've ever been?
Got it. So that's been stable though, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't go down too much
So
unless I go to the hospital and I'm really sick.
And did you have any recent hospitalizations?
Nothing.
I saw you had a pneumonia. Was that Klebsiella or something?
Yeah, that was a recurring thing when I was having a lot of problems with the PD catheter, and I would
okay.
frequently get fevers, and the fevers would lead me to
Yeah, go to the hospital.
yeah.
And where was the infection at? In your lungs? In your urine?
It was in my lungs.
In your lungs.
Yeah. And ever since I started getting the dialysis, the hemodialysis
Wow.
that's been working consistently, I haven't had any problems with fevers. I haven't been to the hospital. I haven't really been sick, but I contributed that to the uremia, because I noticed I went to the hospital one time for uremia because
Okay.
I wasn't getting good dialysis. It just wasn't working. So
How about any trouble with your teeth?
No.
Okay, good. Can you take your socks and shoes off? Have a seat over here, please.
Sure.
I need to do a quick exam. Have you had any more lumps or bumps in your neck? Good.
No, I do have this one leg. In a way, it showed up when I started getting chemo, and then when I stopped getting chemo and I started gaining weight and getting healthier, it went away, and now it's just coming back again. It's back again. I'm not really sure what it is.
Did you talk to your oncologist about it?
I did, but she didn't.
Think it was anything?
Yeah, she didn't think it was like a big deal. Or anything.
Okay, I need to take a look inside your mouth. Can you remove your mask, please? Okay, good. You can put your mask back on. And now some deep breaths in and out, please. Again. Okay, sounds good. You can breathe normally. Okay, can you lay down, please? So the new kidney would go in the front, and I need to make sure that you have space there and also that you have good pulses for us to put the kidney into. So I need to look at your belly, okay? It's healed up quite nicely. You said the PD catheter was just removed like, what, a month ago?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Just have to feel your pulse. Sorry, my hand's a little cold here.
That's okay.
Good. Okay, good. You got some dry skin, sir.
Yeah, no,
You need
it's
to
not,
work on that.
It's not always like, well, it wasn't always like that. It
Yeah.
didn't get this way until I started doing
The dialysis.
Yeah.
It does that to people's skin. It's really.
Like my skin used to be so full of, used to be so vibrant and full of life.
Yeah, you got to take care of it with, good hygiene, good lotion. You're right. You're good to sit up, and you can put yourself back together.
See, the lump is right here.
Sorry, my hand's a little wet.
Oh no, that's fine.
I can't even really feel. Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
How long has it been there for?
It only showed up when I was doing chemo. Maybe
Okay, so
a
2
year.
years now.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And has it changed in size since then?
No. When I was going through chemo, it was a lot larger.
Oh,
And
okay.
now it's
It's gotten smaller?
yeah, it's smaller now. You wouldn't happen to know anything about hemodialysis grafts, would you?
What about them?
Well, I had this lump here,
Uh-huh.
and
And
it
you
showed up.
grafted- It showed up after your graft was placed?
Well, no, it wasn't like this before. One of the nurses slipped and missed, and then afterwards this grew.
You mean they tried to access your graft already?
Well, yeah.
Like on dialysis?
Mm-hmm. They did it. They tried to do it once, and he got one in. He missed the other one, and then after that, this thing sort of grew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spoke to a nephrologist. They said that it was just blood collection,
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is.
and that it'll go down, but
It takes time. Because it looks like a lot.
Is there any way to is it possible that they could just suck it out?
No. Because it's not, you want the body to absorb it slowly over time. It's not something that you want to, because it's not in a cystic-like space where it's just fluid that you can suck out. It's like dispersed among your tissues, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if I poke a needle in it, I'm not gonna just be in fluid that I can just suck out, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, okay.
They tell me to put like ice and heat on it. I mean, I haven't, but
That sounds about right, you know? Yeah, it just takes some time, I know. It takes some time for them to get used to, for it to mature enough so that when the nurses can access it easily, you know, and for it to start being useful. Okay, so I think things are looking okay. I think the main thing is you should not gain any weight, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think the way that you are now is fine for transplant.
Like, because, like, I'm here, and I'm doing this, I'm talking to you, but, like, realistically, what's the timetable, like, we're talking about here?
Yeah, it depends on what workup we have to do and stuff like that, but I would say, I would guesstimate for you maybe 6 to 9 months to actually get active on the list. Once you're listed, it'll go back to when you started dialysis, which is not too long ago, so, yeah. And then do you know your blood type by any chance?
O positive.
So you're looking at a 4 to 5 year wait if you don't have any living donors. Yeah. So that's 4 to 5 years from when you started dialysis. Yeah. So it'd be nice if you could find someone who could donate kidney to you. And I know that's hard, but it's something that would really help you out, you know? That could happen this year. So I think you need to work on being more active, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I tell everyone you have to walk for at least 30 minutes every day at a good steady pace. That's what I mean by active, okay? Every day 30 minutes of just nice walking, okay? To a point where you're feeling a little winded. Okay? That's when you know you've gotten that physical activity. You don't have to do that right away. You need to work yourself up to it, maybe 10 minutes first, and then add 5 minutes after a week, something like that, okay? So the important thing is to go out and exercise every day. And just walking is good exercise, okay? And then we're gonna have to get records from your doctor, Powers, just to confirm that you're in remission and that, you know, the prognosis is good. I'm not sure what the committee is gonna say, because this is quite a rare disease and I don't think I've ever seen anyone with it listed yet, okay? So,
yeah, I know it's really rare. It's usually designated to children. It's usually like a kid disease.
No, I've seen it in adults. I've seen the disease itself. I've not seen the disease in a transplant recipient, like potential transplant recipient, like for us. But I have seen it, you know, in a case of it, in like, well, it's in the midst of being high, you know, like before the chemo and stuff. And it could be very devastating. So you got really lucky. You know, the diagnosis was made in a timely fashion, and you got on the appropriate medications for it. It's just a matter of, you know, will it come back? How long do we have to wait to make sure that it won't come back? Because the last thing we want is give you a transplant and then this thing comes back, you know, and it can really be even harder for you to come back from, you know. We don't want to kill you by giving you a kidney transplant, you know. We want to do good for you. So that's going to be something that we're going to need the input of your oncologist for to help us with. Mm-hmm. And then the rest of the committee will weigh in to decide about that, okay? So when is your next, you don't know when your next appointment is with your oncologist, but you just saw her recently.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll see if we can reach out to her and get her input to help us kind of figure out what to do, okay, before we bring you to our committee. In the meantime, though, I've got some labs I'd like you to do next door. Okay. I'm going to operate on the assumption that the committee is going to want to move forward, just because you're so young. So we want to give you a chance, you know, to get transplanted, because I know dialysis is not fun. And then, are you officially listed at Sutter CPMC or not? You're not sure?
I went through the whole process, like I'm going through the process with you now.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know. I still have to send back the consent forms to them.
Oh, sure, okay. Yeah. You'll get like a thing in the mail saying, hey, congratulations, you're on the list, usually.
Mm-hmm. But I haven't received anything.
Right, so it sounds like you're in the process, so that's good. Alrighty. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, just the timetable was the main one.
Right, so within the next couple of weeks, your case will be discussed at the selection committee. And then, based on that, we'll decide whether or not to proceed with your evaluation. My gut is saying we'll probably be able to proceed as long as your oncologist puts in a good word for you, you know, about your disease. And then that process of getting you evaluated will probably take 6 months, but it could be faster depending on you, depending on how fast you get the studies done, you know what I mean? So the studies are going to be looking at your heart, looking at, you know, an x-ray, and then the labs are going to be today, so most of it is going to be done. You're pretty young, so you don't have much other stuff to do. Okay. And then once everything is done, we bring you back to committee, and then the committee will say, hey, he's good to be listed. And so that whole process to getting listed could take about, you know, it could be as fast as 2 months if you're really on top of your business and getting stuff done, you know, or it could take much longer depending on, and then sometimes it's not up to you, it depends on availability of testing. Because of the pandemic right now, it's sometimes hard to get testing done, so. Yeah, but we understand those special circumstances, so we'll just give us a call and be in touch with us if you have things come up, you know. When you check out up front, you're gonna also get a list of, you know, who your coordinator is gonna be, how to reach them and stuff like that, okay? So those are the folks to reach out to if you have any questions.
So what if they submit to the committee and they're just like, no?
You'll get an answer. They'll say, we don't think you're a candidate because A, B, or C, you know. And sometimes it'll be like, oh, we don't think you're a candidate this time, but there's certain things you can do to become a candidate. It could be, okay, you need to wait a certain number of years after you reach remission before we can consider you for candidacy, you know, that sort of thing. For other cancers, like, for example, lymphoma, you know, which is sort of comparable, I guess, like regular lymphoma, we probably would want to wait maybe 5 years, something like that. So it could be something like that for HLH. But honestly, it's such a rare disease, I'm not sure we have good data about this. So we're going to rely on our oncologists to help us make that determination.
So are you just going to refer just to Dr. Powers, or are you going to refer to
We might, it depends on the committee. The committee might want you to see one of our oncologists.
Because I know she's been with me since the very beginning. She was the one that diagnosed me.
Yeah, no, that's great. So we
she's like
definitely want her input, yeah.
Yeah, she's like
So,
the foremost expert.
Right, for you, right,
Yeah.
exactly. So we're gonna definitely ask her input for you because she knows your case. But for other, like for like kind of a big picture, like what should we expect from this disease and how safe is it to get you, you know, on the list now, we might seek other expert opinion. Anything else? Okay, good luck to you. I think it's gonna turn out okay. I think the committee will be okay, honestly. Yeah. Okay? So let's have you check out up front and get your labs done.